he went down to Georgia, he was looking for a soul steal. He was in a bank, was he's way behind, he's willing to make him a deal. Well, he come across this old boy playing a guitar, picking it hot. And the devil jumped up on the hickory stump, said, boy, let me tell you what.
Oh, let me tell you what, devil, let me tell you what, it's Jerry Reed. Jerry Reed's on the other side. Welcome here to the other side. Yeah, this is another shoot-off, another thing that I'm doing. Last week I did one called Woulda, Coulda, Shoulda. It represents Thunder, band Thunder out of UK. And so this week we're going to do a little offshoot called Cruisin The Country. Going to dive into a little bit of the country, because country's always been a part of Americana, a part of rock and roll. Rock and roll got a lot of its stuff from the blues and all that, but a lot of it came from the country too, you know, the storytelling and all that. And so yeah, all has storytelling, so that was Jerry Reed right there. He's doing a little Charlie Daniels. Deb went down to Georgia, of course. Everybody knows that song, I'm sure. And but Jerry Reed is one of the most underrated guitarists, most underrated performers of a generation, I believe. Just incredible. You know, from Smokey and the Bandit, you know, he played the Snowman on there and all that. So yeah, so a little Jerry Reed in there, because great stuff about Jerry Reed. There's a little tidbit about Jerry Reed. Elvis Presley wanted to record with Jerry Reed, but Jerry Reed was out fishing. He wasn't going to. I don't have time. Don't have time. I'm out fishing. But he finally did. Came in, and I guess they did a little something. But I think that's right. But anyway, yeah. So Jerry Reed, he's a favorite of mine. So I want to just a little highlight of that in there. And so I'm just going to give you three artists right here. We're going to cruise the country. Everybody likes to cruise the country. Autumn's in the air, fall's coming down, and so the temperatures are cooling off, and so it's perfect weather to roll the windows down, convertible, put the top down, in the back of that pickup truck, ride around, and you just go out and you cruise in the country, you know, and look at the nature and all that, because that's what we did when I was younger. That's what you had to do. You cruised around. You just cruised. You rode in a circle. You rode in a circle, and you went down the strip, you turned around at McDonald's or Pizza Hut or whatever, and you came back around. You'd stop at a party here or there in a parking lot, and you'd collaborate with your friends and make a few enemies every now and then. But then by the end of the night, you're usually at a party and you're all good, and you dance with a good-looking girl, good-looking guy, and you're just having a good time. So I don't know how much things have changed now, except for the cruising part. I don't think that's so much a thing anymore, but mainly because probably can't afford gas prices. But it's a shame, though, because that's a part of Americana, too. That's just a great part. Now, Cruising the Country, that's what this little segment's going to be called. So, and I'll do different things. I'll grab, you know, I grew up on outlaw country. I tell people all the time I was raised in the VFW club in Crothersville, Indiana. That's when I was my younger years, my little years. And I go in there, and we'd had a duck pin bowling. A little bit later, you had a little Pac-Man fever there, you know, with the sit-down. You had the Pac-Man game. Then you learned to, it's about the only video game I got into at the time was, you know, Pac-Man. I learned how to do that, and then you had the pinball and do that. I remember putting model cars together in the bathroom, or model monsters. I did monsters, you know, like Wolfman. Not the Wolfman Jack. No, not him. No. We're talking about just the Wolfman. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Halloween's on the way. We're getting right there. We'll get there. So yeah, so I'm going to try to do another Woulda, Coulda, Shoulda later this week. Just start checking out a new show. The Runarounds on Prime, Amazon Prime. So if you got Amazon Prime, you check out the Runarounds. Talk about it's modern day, but it reminds you of days gone by. You know, with the band, you're trying to get that high school. You got that high school band together, and you're loyal to your friends. Or you moving on to college, you're going to try to make that band big. And I just started watching it. So I'm looking at a way to incorporate that into music, which that is music. So I'm sure I can talk about I'm talking about movies in general, because I also just watched The Warriors again, at least part of it, and talk about soundtracks. You know, that's '79 and soundtracks, especially in the '80s. You know that. So music is a big part of the movies and TV shows. And but right now we're cruising the country. Though this is going to be the second segment, offshoot from the other side of everything else, because that's what we're at on the other side of everything else. This is all under the same umbrella, and I'll try to do 3-4 shows a week, and that's including point of return. Chris has been on a little vacation, so as soon as we got somebody to talk to or something to talk about, we'll get in there and we'll get some more of that stuff going on too. But right now, I got three artists here. We got Billy Strings is one of them. He's been out. Yeah, all these people have been out, or at least putting out music. 2015 and past that. I think Billy Strings. I think he started around 2017 or something like that. And he's an amazing guitarist. He's got that unique style about him and a unique personality about him, and he just shines on. And Chris Stapleton, he's had a measure of success. So I grabbed a song of his, put in there. So he's got a great story. He kind of reminds you of that outlaw country, because country kind of got processed there for a while, and it was kind of like cookie cutter. So it's nice when you got somebody like Chris Stapleton in there, that was like bucking the system and all that. And then speaking of that, we got Ashley McBride, no related to Martina, but and she's another one that could be. She could be one of those outlaw girls, outlaw country there. She's got a Gretchen Wilson kind of thing about her. She's been playing since the bars in Nashville and writing songs and all that for quite a while now. But I think her first album came out around 2018 or so. And so it was just three artists just to get you started on Cruising the Country. So roll those windows down, let that wind blow in your hair, or as in my case, roll it right through the scalp, and then we'll ride on in. Yeah, let's get in some Ashley McBride right here. Yeah.
Preacher, my daddy was a man of God. My daddy was a rattlesnake preacher in South Alabama. To be. I've had years I don't recall, but I'm told I had a boy, at least somebody did, who looked a lot like me. So I'm California sober, as they say, and lately I can't find no other way. Stay out and party like I did back in the day. So I'm California sober, as they say. I'll pick it, Willie.
Make sure you join us again for the Woulda Coulda Shoulda. Come back, we're cruising in the country and right along on the other side of everything else. That's where everything else always is. See you on the other side.